Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MJR YouTube channel. It is a great pleasure to welcome each one of you to our podcast today. And we are going to continue dissecting President William Ruto's Nyanza tour and the events as they unfold, more so political activities. Ruto was in Siaya today, and we've seen how the tour of Migori and Homa Bay went about. Yesterday, he culminated the day at Kisumu, where he held a town hall meeting with the citizens to answer a few questions that the residents of Kisumu would want to know from the government. But what we can't miss to say is that there are a lot of political lessons that we can draw and take from this tour. Starting by William Ruto's inner circle, we must agree that the new friendship between Raila Odinga and President William Samoei Ruto has changed largely political landscape of this country and more so to Nyanza region. When Raila Odinga was leading opposition as the fierce critic of President William Ruto, there were people from Nyanza who had decamped from Raila Odinga. Some of them helped President William Ruto to campaign towards 2022 general election, and others jumped the ship after he had won the presidential election. And after that, there was that close relationship where Ruto would use these Raila Odinga's critics from Nyanza to try penetrate and to woo some people from Nyanza to join the UDA. And in fact, they went ahead to open UDA offices, including registering members of UDA from Nyanza. But before I go into finer details, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite you who is coming across this channel for the first time, that please take a moment, a second or two, to subscribe to MJR YouTube channel as your YouTube channel of choice for political analysis and current affairs as they unfold. But to our subscribers, we are so grateful. I want to say that it is for your support and by your contribution that MJR have reached where it is, and we can brag of about 1,500 subscribers. So we want to say that always do not go without dropping your opinion on the comment section about the content of each day. When I say Raila Odinga's rebels or critics from Nyanza, I talk about people like Zachary Koth Obado, former Governor Kisumu. I talk about Jack Ranguma, former governor. Obado was a former governor of Migori, and Ranguma was a former governor Kisumu County. And the likes of former governor of Nairobi, Evans Kidero, among other leaders who were the closest friends of Ruto from Nyanza and had pledged to market UDA and Ruto's government in Nyanza with the promise of bringing a chunk of votes from Nyanza to Ruto's voting basket come 2027. Do you know that they are nowhere to be seen now? they have been thrown under the bus, because the arrival of Raila Odinga to the government is a sure bet, and it is guarantee that Nyanza is now behind William Samoei Arap Ruto, and he doesn't need Obado anymore. He doesn't need Ranguma anymore. He doesn't need Evans Kiderum and many others like Miguna Miguna. In fact, Miguna Miguna has now turned as one of the fierce critics of President William Ruto, one of those who are inciting the Gen Zs to proceed with their anti-government protest, fueling the already burning fire from diaspora. So, arrival of Raila and ODM into Ruto's government had given him a very conducive environment to relate and to woo the people of Nyanza. And this enabling environment for Ruto to work with Nyanza is what I said yesterday, that Ruto is now going to wrestle Nyanza from Raila Odinga as he did Mount Kenya from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. When Junet Mohammed was speaking yesterday, he mentioned something that through this new friendship between Ruto and Raila, they are going to have a sit down come 2027 to look who is still owing who and by how much. And through that, they are going to look on mechanisms and modalities to form a coalition and a working relationship on how they will pay one another. And Oburu Odinga, while speaking today, said that Ruto had stood with the people of Nyanza before by supporting Raila Odinga to become the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. And the time has come that now they need to extend their hand or to reciprocate that effort, and if at all by the good gesture that the president and his government has shown toward Raila Odinga's ambition and aspiration to become the AUC a chairperson. So through that, they are going to consider their relationship with the president. But Opiyo and I's arrival, Joho's arrival, Opanranya's arrival into the government was a means of acquiring machineries to mobilize the former Raila Odinga support base to William Ruto's side. That means if you look the kind of CS Joho is your typical politician. Look at person like Opiyo and I, who nowadays accompany president in almost every event he goes. Look at somebody like Oparanya. He's a man who will also help the government or the president to do his campaigns. The only person whom I doubt if he will pump much effort or political ideology to the president's side is John Mbadi. John Mbadi, even yesterday, while the government team was in his home to attend his Thanksgiving and prayers, today he was so busy somewhere in Kwale attending ministerial conference to address, so he couldn't make it to Siaya. So it means the docket that he was given is such a busy docket that he cannot engage into active politics. But somebody like Joho, if you have him on board, be rest assured that Coast is technically inside the government, and going forward, it will be so easy and a walkover for Ruto to march into coastal cities, coastal region, to speak to the people and to woo them to join him through the help of CS Joho, because they are already excited. Nyanza is excited. Western Kenya is excited because when I listened to Francis Atwoli that day when they went to Kakamega, Atwoli said that when you have Musalia on board, you have Wetangul on board, and now finally you bring the Oparanya on board. You already closed, case closed in Western. What you wait is now to mobilize the people to come out to vote in your favor. Nyanza, when you have Raila on your side, you can see all governors from Nyanza nowadays are accompanying the president, led by James Agre, Bob Orengo, and Simba Arati, who is also the deputy party leader of ODM. They are mobilizing Nyanza leaders. So we don't need to see people like Obado engaging in mobilization. People like Raymond Omolo nowadays doesn't ditch money to mobilize people to attend President William Ruto's event. Now they are now water under the bridge. Those old fellows who failed to capture seats through election active positions, they are now, their story or their books are being closed because now there is new arrivals, new energy. People like Junet Mohammed will do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, let's wait to see what will transpire in Kisumu when President will wrap up his 4-day Nyanza tour in Kisumu, because there are too much projects that have been launched. The worry is if these projects will be finished, because there are others that were launched before. We've not seen much happening, but we hope and pray that these projects that the government and the president is going around the country to ditch will eventually bear fruits, and the constituents of those particular regions and areas where he has been launching these projects will at the end of the day see light and be able to enjoy the dividends of their taxes and the dividends of their support to the government. Thank you, and may God bless you.